Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 396 of the Reforce Podcast. My name is Etoile. Joining me today, Christian Solano.
I'm here. We got One Piece chapter.
Now, do you think after 3 months of this thing being broken, I'll buy a new one? But
there's many things we should have bought a long time ago, Eric. But you know,
the Elgato. We used to have an Elgato and a camera, and then the Elgato decided to break, and then we got this whole setup going on.
Look, it's not a bad setup. It's just, Eric, you can't trust the Elgato. All right, you can't trust it.
Apparently, there's some ones where you directly put them into your motherboard, Christian. How do you feel about that?
That's called a video card.
You can get a capture card, plug it right into your PC.
It's not gonna work.
Dangerous.
It's not gonna work.
Especially Elgato shitty products. But anyway, we're here. We're talking about a demon child, Christian.
Of course.
Christian's grand plans for this flashback.
It's not grand plans. It's just shit I want to see. I don't want Oda to do a Fugazi flashback. I want some lore.
Unfortunately, we're on break, so I guess we'll talk about JoJo next week.
Yeah.
But anyway, subscribe. That's about it. What's been on the land of One Piece, Christian?
The Cougar flashback continues. No real. We got Kizaru doing the naked dance, Eric.
Thoughts on the Gunko reveal?
I mean, it's just a correction. We said this when it came up.
Yeah, it could be an error.
We're just like Oda making an error. Now, according to Sandman, it's some lost in translation shit. Because the female celestial dragons were never called saints. They had a different prefix.
Right.
So, Saint was never there. So therefore, there was confusion about it. Oda goes back and fixes it. Makes it part of the Manmar family. So, it's fixing the volume. So, we did call it out at the time, Eric.
Shout out to $10, Christian.
$10 from Fandom D saying money towards that new setup. Hey, man.
$10 will probably be about what I need.
That's true.
So we appreciate that. But yeah, we assumed maybe it's miscalculation, some bullshit going on. Oda doing some stuff. But there you go. She's a part, which adds another level of intrigue to Brooks'
little
situation, because it seems like he was involved. Maybe a royal thing means I was a holy knight.
No. I was a royal captain of a certain kingdom.
Right. Maybe that certain kingdom
was
very drawn.
It's a mega stretch.
I would put it past Brooke.
It's a mega stretch.
See, Brooke says nothing always.
You said in the West Blue.
Who knows?
Who knows? Indeed.
Who knows what Brooke meant by that?
That's true. Who knows what he did for that 40 years, Eric? That's a long time. Now, we're going to get into a long period of time here, Eric. Some cool little tidbits, some little things we will talk about. Otherwise, they're very straightforward, kind of just story progression chapter.
Right.
No real discussion points per se. There are little.
Now, Christian, there was an Arc System Works Direct. Now, if people don't know, these are the men that made
Fighter Z,
Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
They had no fighting games.
Well, they kind of did, but whatever. There's a long rumor going around that they were going to make JoJo. They were going to make One Piece. And you got nothing.
No.
So, One Piece game... It's been a while now.
You actually got Marvel. You got Marvel, Eric.
We did get Marvel. But that was before the Direct.
Okay.
How do you feel about the Marvel IP now, Christian? Has the novelty worn off now?
Unless there's Wolverine in it, I don't care.
Yeah, no Wolverine spotted, but he has to be there.
Eric, if they do some MCU bullshit,
required characters, Christian. Hulk and
Wolverine. Not in Marvel's Capcom Ultimate.
Hulk's no, they're there.
Wolverine.
He's on the box art. He must be there.
MCU nonsense. He's not there.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Not Ultimate Alliance. Fucking
what?
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no Wolverine. Are they out of their fucking mind?
But they got him now. They bought the rights, whatever.
Okay, yeah, whatever. But
yeah, the wait for the One Piece game continues, Christian, as anticipation builds.
There's another My Hero Academia game.
Well, we know the one that was supposed to get cancelled.
Got cancelled.
By Namco, Bandai, or Bandai Namco.
I don't know how bad it would have to be for them to cancel it. I think cancel World Seek, Eric.
Just fucking make Smash Brothers.
That's true.
That team's been doing nothing for 4 or 5 years.
They probably went back to Tekken, Eric.
If Namco was smart, they would have gone, alright, Sakurai, you leave. Let's take this team, give them...
No, he's gonna make Kirby Air Ride first.
No, but you don't even have to get Sakurai. Just get the right-hand man that works at Bandai and give him the keys. And be like, let's make Smash Ultimate. But with Jump Ultimate Cushion.
We already had that. Alright.
Just make Smash. And don't put any Bleach characters in it.
Give him one. You can have Ichigo. Give him one.
We don't need to go Ichigo. Then it gets into who's on the roster. Oh, we need Ichigo. We need the embassy, and then the right-hand man, and then the villain.
It's 3 characters from each show.
Some get one.
Some only
get one.
Some only need one. There you go.
Kagebachi, that's it.
Just one.
But anyway.
Hero, Eric.
It's kind of nuts they haven't developed like a live service where they add more characters to it. It'd be a
Don't give them ideas.
It'd be a perfect.
Eric, there's probably a gacha game in the works.
Just like when you bought Smash Bros. Melee, and you saw Roy and Mark, you're like, who are these idiots?
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, Fire Emblem.
They've 100% thought about this, right? And it's probably in development as a Chinese.
Does Shueisha not have no money?
I have all the money, Eric.
Apparently, invest.
They are investing. I'm telling you, it's going to be...
Don't make no mistake. Loot boxes, battle pass, fucking... Gotcha mechanics, of course. We have Goku in the game, but you can get SS plus A rank Goku if you roll.
Yeah,
and he's got
20 times more
four
power.
times more power in a Smash Bros. Game. They'll do it. Don't think they won't do it.
They will do it.
But we still like to play it.
Alright.
What if they're like the frame data? His Smash is fucking 2 frames instead of 12.
It's crazy.
That's where it gets out of control.
That's where they're gonna do some crazy shit. Alright.
Anyway, shall we get into the chapter, Chris?
Into the chapter. $11.53.
I found
the
it
birth
odd.
of Loki.
Christian, I found it odd when this started last week that like,
what?
Do we need Harold's origin really?
What do you mean?
All the way back? Do we need it?
I mean, we already sped to it.
I know, but like, still, it's like, show us the interesting things.
Now, Eric, we started last week. Harold's a sicko. And he looks about 400 years older than he does now.
Yeah.
Alright? He looks like a menace, he's kicking down castles. But Eric, he found a woman. And it changed his perspective. Alright? Now, Eric, we see Yamato reuniting with Kiku on the cover page.
Was it a Momo?
It's Kiku.
Well, I don't think it was.
What? Are you out of your mind?
Did I see a black thing with moon crescents on it, or was that last week?
I don't know what the fuck you're reading. I don't know what crazy side manga you're reading,
okay.
Right? About some crazy shit.
So what's the result? Are we gonna leave this fucking island with her or what?
Yes, alright, relax. Alright? Chill on this cover story, alright? So Harold spent his childhood with Dory and Brogy, Eric, of course.
Little boys,
little menaces, Eric.
He's like, they were always crazy.
Okay, there you go. Due to his strength and position, he grew up into a brat. They end up at Bunt Kingdom in the New World. Where is this island? Is it past Elbaf? Is it in the Whole Cake Island archipelago? We don't know.
Is it around Lodestar, Christian? The island we're never going to go to.
No.
People keep on talking about.
King of Lightning very upset, alright? About that. Eric, they notice a giant woman who is quote-unquote 10 meters tall. Now, this makes no sense.
Because Harold's like 60.
Because, well, assuredly, we'll see. We haven't really seen Loki stand next to Harold yet. But he is a big man. Alright?
10 meters isn't that big for a giant, is
No,
it?
it's like the smallest giant it could be. But then the panels don't make sense because she's like half the height.
We knew this coming into
Oda, why? It could be just a man talking shit. You know, 10 meter tall.
Wouldn't the circus man exaggerate the height?
Yes. Oda, what are you doing? Alright, she should be at least 30
That'll
meters tall.
be corrected to 30. Or maybe 40.
You know what I mean? Oda, why?
In a unique design, Christian. For this woman.
Unique, I'll say that.
Yeah.
Alright, weird design, unique design. Looks like a Popeye character.
Sure.
Alright. Ida. Alright. And Harold takes a liking to Ida, smacks some sense into him, stands up to Harold, first person. Is this the first person ever stood up to Harold? I'm getting that vibe. Everyone's a yes man.
Tried, but he just drop kicks him in the face.
Yeah, but he's surrounded by yes men.
Apparently not, because there's a shadow cabal.
A shadow elder cabal.
Right.
Alright.
Who knows who these shadow men are?
The elders. Alright. But we'll get to that. So he gets slapped. Ida wasn't captured. She was paying off her debt to the kingdom because they saved her from a shipwreck. Harold is taken aback, decides to help out the town, rebuild it, and you know they kick it off. They have a good time. Harold learns about their culture, their food.
He goes a little montage here.
Their spices. Mm-hmm. He learns about their fabrics and crafting skills. He's intrigued, Eric. Right. Ida blames Harold for the way humans think about giants. Albath is a land of savages, Eric. The giants learn all their stuff and then they head off, Eric. Harold even apologizes. He's a good guy. Mm-hmm. Alright. Ida is from Samwami in the South Blue. So this is a second giant island.
Sure.
Little giant kingdom.
Giant bastion.
Yeah. Eric, she crossed a red line, which is why she can't go back. Harold calls it the serpent of blood. Further,
as we suspected,
cementing the theory of the calamities. Right? The Earth God, Eric doesn't want to acknowledge it. He doesn't want to acknowledge the first world. He's buried, his head in the sand, non-stop.
You've purposely misinterpreted the second world.
That's not true.
Just to fit.
That's not true.
You're bullshit.
I said Oda, I can see the other interpretation. I'm not saying it's not valid. I'm saying Oda's twisted it. Oda's twisted the expectations.
Twisted nothing. Anyway, I did make that connection. It's all coming together.
The red, Eric, I'm telling you, red light comes up, volcanic eruptions, fire, death, destruction, ash.
Yeah, we talked about this. It's fucking Earth God's like fucking Deathwing from World of Warcraft.
Calamity.
Right.
Destruction. Right? Eric, Devil Fruit or One Piece?
What are we talking about?
For this red line event. Spans the globe. This is a global level feat.
I'm reminded of the Film Z lava
So
caverns.
a natural phenomenon.
Maybe they mined too deep, they fucked it up, the lava.
But how it erupted in a perfect line.
That's how it's set up, apparently, according to Film Z, Christian, if you remember correctly.
I understand.
One dino bomb in the lava will cause a cataclysm. Whatever the fuck it was.
Link the chain. Link the volcanic chains. But that was a small section of the ocean. Right. The New World. This is the entire globe.
Christian, there's many strange things happening in One Piece.
Global. We have a global level feat.
Well, not quite global, it's just in a line around the world.
Wait, that's global!
It's not the whole entire island.
It's planetary. King of Lightning would...
Planetary.
This is a Neptune class planet. Or King of Lightning would classify this as planetary. Alright? There's a planetary level feat, and you still want to say Devil Fruit.
I just said it could be a calamity.
You still want to say Devil Fruit. Alright?
Sure.
You do not want to acknowledge the existence of gods. Alright? He doesn't want to acknowledge it. He refuses.
What's the big man percentage, Christian?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Alright, because there's no mention of the Lamb's house or Mother Caramel
Suspect
incident, which should have been in this chapter.
Yeah, no big mum incident either.
Because Harold acts like this incident never happened. Because He's talking about he's trying to open relationships with the world government. And then like all these giants join the world government. No comments from Harold about that? What's going on?
He's away a lot. Yeah,
Weird. His whole thing is making an alliance with the world government, and the giants do it. And
the reason why I wasn't with you on your whole like fucking thing about this is gonna be a 45 chapter.
I didn't say 40. I said 10.
Flashback, fucking detailing. We have to have Big Mom in this and shit.
Oh, you have to at least see it. It has to be known that this happened.
Oh, we skipped it.
Her birth and shit. She's still there.
Loki's birth coincides with
the incident, but we haven't. The incident's not there. The incident hasn't happened yet.
The last panel of the chapter is him as a small child.
Yeah, but you know it's an Oda box, so it's like the legend. So it's not like we're moving time. All right.
Anyway, that event could happen, but still, I was like, this is a Loki flashback.
But it's very much relevant to Loki. Big Mom is very much relevant to Loki.
Also, he was born, and then Harold's like, "Where's the kid?" And then he comes back. So the event is skipped.
He doesn't know the kid's born.
He's away.
Yeah.
The child is born.
Yeah.
And then he talks to his wife.
No, he doesn't. That's a fucking random guard. He's there sitting there upset about the world government. He doesn't say shit about his kid.
Where was he?
Away! He's
Wait,
not
in that
there.
panel, where is he?
Some random white panel.
Wasn't it a castle or
No,
something?
it's just a white panel. And he's like, "Oh, the world government, why can't I can make deals?"
Anyway, I didn't notice that the No Lamb's House mention or Mother Caramel event suspicious. Because it happened before, Christian.
Because it's related to the government. Why is it not mentioned? It's very much connected.
I feel like I was like, I already showed you that in
Sure, but at least mention it. At least give us a mention.
Yeah, Mother Caramel should be a popular figure in Elbaf at this point.
Yeah, with the Lamb's House and shit. Yeah. And this should be part of Harold's plan. He did open up negotiations and diplomats. Was Mother Caramel such diplomat?
We always talked about how Harold's obviously a bum, a criminal, a scoundrel.
Yeah.
But this kind of puts it into perspective of like maybe he's trying to do some shit and got swindled.
Yeah, he got swindled. It's obvious he got swindled.
So, did he get swindled by...
We'll get into that. Alright,
the bullshit of Mother Caramel? Was he there? Did he see the miracle? Is that why he let her in the country? Did he just let her in the country? But he doesn't care.
Because he brings up... We'll get to it, but he brings up a lot of shit, Eric.
Right.
The Serpent of Blood, Eric. Harold comes back from his trip a changed man. He wants to integrate with the world to make Elbaf an even richer country. There you go, Eric. That's his answer.
Bizarre.
Food. Crafting material.
Are they struggling for such food and items?
He just wants richer, Eric. Better craftsmanship. Better
culture.
Better spices. Spice up that whale meat. Apparently they have whale meat. Fucking disgusting.
Terrible.
Right?
Maybe he did want the spice in the
Alright. He wants some pepper, he wants some salt, you know. He wants some spices. Alright? That's what he wants. Alright. 81 years ago, Harold sent giant diplomats to other lands to grow relations. So is this the point where Mother Milk comes in?
I suppose. There'd be a date on which that event happened. But did we look it up? No.
Well, it would be like, it's a few years before the Lamb's House.
Yeah, but she's a
so
young,
it's in the 81. It's in the 81 year period.
She's young then.
It's between this 81 year period and the 71 year period. In this chapter, so it just gets skipped.
Right.
All right. Harold and Ida have Hydrunin, but they cannot marry due to their blood. The Elder Cabal, Eric, they don't allow it. Only pure blood allowed. All right. To rule. She's not upset at all, Eric. She's like, I get it. I'm like, all right.
There's no pushback at all.
As long as I get to live in Elbaf.
Sure.
With my child. She understands the way of kings, Eric. Alright?
The Cabal.
You can't go against the Cabal. Eric, they find a new wife for Harold. We got
from a
Estrid.
From a correct bloodline.
From a powerful bloodline.
From the alcohol
village.
Village on Elbath.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
On this sun realm, Eric.
Right.
We've seen a few villages. We've seen the hunting village.
Her,
We've seen a few other
with
villages.
her magic horse.
Magic horse. She's very superstitious.
Right.
Feng Shui. Of course, Eric, we go back to JoJo Part 6 to learn about Feng Shui.
Peice.
Crazy shit.
Right.
Right? She's very superstitious. 71 years ago, Harold shares navigational knowledge with the New World.
Okay.
So he's trying to trade knowledge, trying to get relations with the world government, trying to get all types of people connected, Eric. This is why the world government hates him.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he trying to connect the world? So they can connect to fight against them. Perhaps they think. So he started to build this relationship, this alliance, I guess. Wano's shown.
He went to Fisherman Island at one point.
Sees a baby Neptune apparently.
Right.
So there you go. 63 years ago, Loki is born. He has demon eyes and is cursed. Were you expecting demon eyes? Like literal Satan eyes.
I didn't think the eyes were going to be a thing. I thought he was just kind of like...
Well, they are glowing. They were glowing in the...
Yeah, but I thought that was like a Delphi-related situation.
Okay. Even in the childhood photos, he's got his bandages over his eyes.
Yeah. How do you feel? Like, is this is he an ancient weapon?
Ancient giant lord. I'm telling you, they're OG demons. They come from demons. Because we're talking about the pure bloodlines. We're talking about ancient giants, the ancient bloodline, the strength, the pureness. Loki has straight pure demon shit.
I mean, there's many races with different. We talk about the Third Eye tribe.
Sure.
There's like fish.
I don't think it gives him like extra abilities. I just think it's like pure demon shit.
Yeah, but it's like the fishmen have a special.
Yeah, 10 times human strength.
No, but the fishmen have like a special person that's born. That's fucking Poseidon.
I don't think it's Asian weapon shit. I think it's gonna be.
Do the giants have something similar where like there's the fucking
lineage.
destroyer is born or the.
I think the reason Aimu's here and he's doing the demon shit is going to go back to ancient giants. Go back to Oz.
Because these eyes have never really come up from memory. Like, there's no real, like... I can't think of any, like, serpent eyes or, like...
No.
People bring up Madame Shirley's fucking snake eyes.
Let's go back to the mural, Eric. Alright?
Yeah.
The forest god summoned his demons. Alright? I really do think the giants are demons. Whatever that means, whatever logic that is. And their bloodline was mighty to our time, and they're getting weaker. Why bring up the pure bloodline? Oh, we got Hadron, and he comes from a bum bloodline. He's a bum.
It's two pure ancient giants.
Yeah.
Or no, she's not ancient, but.
Well, she has ancient giant pure blood, apparently.
She don't have horns though. So.
I know, but yeah, the elder Cabal says she's pure blood.
I'm just not sure what Oda's going to do with these eyes, because it's clearly going to be some kind of omen situation. I don't know if it's just like Katakuri's mouth's fucking weird, or a situation, or...
Well, that was more character related.
Yeah, but like obviously it's going to be character related to him, because he fucking covers his eyes up, because his mother hates him for him.
Well, yeah, it's going to be character related, no doubt, but I think it's...
Yeah, but do the eyes have any significance, or is it just like some weird shit that like, oh, look at Katakuri's weird mouth?
No, I think they're going to have significance. Like, Oda's drawing attention to it. It's all like a Mingo situation where he doesn't give a fuck and just doesn't bother.
The Mingos have these eyes, Christian.
Maybe. Alright. So that's my theory about it. It's gonna relate to ancient giants in some way.
Okay. I'm not mad at it.
Alright. Estrid throws his child off the island into the underworld.
There's some people on Twitter saying, I let her throw me off a fucking tree.
Crazy.
Some bullshit.
They're crazy.
Sickos out there, Christian.
Little sickos, alright? But Eric, Loki survives this, fucks up a bear, and then climbs a tree.
He's a demon, Christian.
He's a demon. He's crazy, alright? With a crazy panel from Oda.
Now, people trying to hype up Rock, saying, "Oh, look at Loki when he." Even when
Oh,
he was
relax. It's a child.
Relax.
All right, guys, relax. If you want to hype up Shanks,
We don't even have to do that.
all right. If you're gonna hype up kid, like Rock's beating a kid, you gotta hype up Shanks.
Is the 2 point whatever the fuck it is billion buried too low for this man? It was Christian when it was revealed to be 2 point something. I'm like, yeah, I guess, but like, come on, man.
Oda's doing the thing where it's like he's not affiliated with a crew. He's kind of just like, you know.
It seems like an odd choice.
He can't give a random Albath giant
like,
4 billion.
This is the annoying thing about Post Egghead.
Yeah.
We know Luffy's 4 billion right now. We know that.
Yeah. But of course, we can't. Eric, look how much he's done. That he's earned the 4 billion. Loki is a menace.
He was on the sea for 10 years. We don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, but he's not. You know, he doesn't have a crew. He's making alliances, I guess, with Big Mom, but like that fell through. He got packed up by Shanks. He got defeated.
Shanks didn't cash in the bounty.
So Oda can't give a random Albath giant 4 bill, because that's disrespectful to Luffy. That's disrespectful to the Emperors.
It'd be hype though.
It would be hype, but it would be disrespectful.
Christian, we talked about for many months that Loki's hype alone was carrying this arc.
It is.
And
it
now we've
still
got many
is.
other things.
Right?
This man's hype.
No doubt. Right? Eric, Harold is confused about why the world government keeps on blocking him. So we're in the era where no one knows shit
Right.
about the world government. No one's asking questions.
Roger didn't do anything.
It's the worst thing on the seas is the giants. We're in this era. You would say an era of peace. No one's really traveling because of navigation.
There's some I took a look at the One Piece timeline. There's some bullshit going in the 80s and 70s and shit.
Yeah, but like we're not even hitting the Roger
But no one's
Rocks
asking
era.
questions yet.
Like, this is the worst era cut right now.
Right.
We're not even hitting the Rocks Roger era.
Yeah.
We're turning it up a dial.
How long was Aimu chilling for?
700
years. Nothing.
Turn of the
going on.
century, the giants started popping off, and he's like, "Hey, what's going on here?" And then Rocks turns up, starts asking questions. Roger gets the Raftal.
That's big problem.
He starts sweating. He's like, the chaos is starting to emerge.
Alright, we killed Roger, he didn't do anything, but fuck, he started the One Piece war.
Now there's chaos everywhere. And now we're in the worst era. So before Rocks, it was kind of like nothing's going on.
Right.
Like, I'm sure there was some skirmishes here or there. We get Nolan 500 years ago, but that's like a small potato shit, alright? He's just an explorer, whatever, alright?
We see, there was that uproar 200 years ago, Christian, with Emeth. How can we forget? Saturn standing around with a bunch of scientists, being like, what's this?
Yeah, but no one was doing anything. And Emmett just kind of stopped.
Well, we assume he had to activate because of the Nika.
Because of the Nika. Well, yeah, theories, alright? There's theories. But
So there was things happening, but...
yeah. Craziness. Alright? But that's the chapter. Loki is now blamed for every calamity on Albath. What do you rate this chapter?
I give it a 7.
Yeah, I'll give it a set. It's just like characterization, nothing crazy.
I do like Loki's hype. It's a cool last panel.
Yeah.
But like the whole Herald stuff is like, all right. Like it's so brief that Oda doesn't really do anything with it.
We have to really dig into how we got fucked over, though. We have to dig into that. Because it's like, it's massively important to the arc right now. Because it's got to do with Aimu and shit. Like, Aimu was snaking his way in. So we've got to understand that. Because he's the main arc villain right now. It's not for later. We're not doing that later. We're doing that right now. Aimu's grand conquest plan for Albath. It's right now. It's not later.
Yeah. It's kind of weird because Loki's describing why he's innocent.
But we're also doing our Oda flashback where he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, but like, does Oda want to drop why he was possessed now? Or
Why
does
not?
he want to do that later?
But why not?
Alright.
I think we have to
I think it was a
understand.
good chapter. Christian, next week, hopefully some Loki shit. Hopefully a Shanks sighting.
We'll get into what we need to see next week in the topic of the show. Let's get into our story, Shanks. How strong is Shanks? Every week we come to you with the question of how strong is Shanks. Every week we answer. Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the GOAT King. But still people out there putting Kaido top 1. Kaido's hype. But he's the top 1, alright? There are people out there claiming that Dragon's top 1. Where is Dragon?
Right.
Amu's here. Dragon, it'll be the perfect opportunity for you to pull up. Alright? There are people out there saying Blackbeard's the strongest.
Baby.
Make some moves. Alright? Eric, there's some people out there still claiming a character with no character relevance. Okay, Inu's the strongest. This man has not been spotted for a long time.
Where's that fire back?
He said he was gonna return fire. Was that Egghead?
Bum.
Maybe he meant on the Celestial Dragons, Eric.
Maybe.
Alright? Maybe he meant that. You don't know. Alright? He's in the running for the worst fleet admiral of all time. Because the Navy's got a full collapse under him.
Yeah, he will be.
Alright?
It's unfortunate.
We've got Kong. We've got Sengoku. And now we've got Akainu. There are some people out there saying Mihawk's strongest.
Every week.
It
just gets sadder.
It does, alright? It does. Eric, Shanks is strongest, Shanks is GOAT King. And we bring 100% factual information to the table.
Facts.
This week's evidence is Shanks is so strong. He beat the demon child of folklore and legend. Beat his ass, Eric, on the floor. Made him cry all the way home to Albath. Shanks is strongest, Shanks is GOAT King.
Talk of the show.
Talk of the show. Eric, topic of the show, flashback wish list. What, Eric? First thing I want to find out next week. Why the fuck was Rox on Albath? What business does he have on Albath? He was clearly here for a reason. What does Harold think about this? All right, a notorious pirate.
I got a sneaking suspicion Harold will be on a quest every time something happens on Albath.
A bit like Odin.
Right.
He's absent, not there. Alright? But Eric, I want to see why Loki loves Rock so much. Is it just because of his meaning? I doubt it. He knew him before that.
Right.
So will we get newspapers of Rocks? Will we hear about Rocks? Will this be the reason why Harold seeks out the world government to ally himself with him? Because of Rocks. And what he did on Albath. Did he raise hell on Albath? Alright? Many questions need to be answered. Alright? Yeah, Eric famously wants his flashback to be over next week. So, I don't know why he doesn't want to know about hype. Why don't you want to know about hype? Tell the people.
Alright, so this is what's going to happen.
Tell the people why you don't like storytelling.
You will get all these things you want on your list.
Yeah.
I can see them now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there will be a page.
Eric, let me remind you, Odin danced for half a chapter.
Was that good?
Let me remind you about the God Pig incident.
Listen, do I want to see an entire chapter of Shanks vs. Loki?
Yes.
Will we get that?
Eric,
No.
we got a decent amount of Kaido versus Odin.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did. We did.
No, we didn't.
We got a scene of him jumping around.
That was in the anime.
To Paradise Tatsuka.
There was no jumping around.
We got the Kaido on the mountain.
Kaido on the mountain. Paradise Tatsuka hit in the back of the head.
Nah, there was still some moment of bullshit.
Yeah, that was a little corner in the panel.
It's at least 4 pages, alright?
Okay.
So
there was a lot of doubles. That Paradise Tatsuka was a double page spread.
And it was glorious, alright?
Even though he used 2 swords instead of just Enma, but you know. Enough about Wano, Krishna. Listen, do I want the content? Do I want the lore? Yes. Do I also want to see Loki out of them chains and swing that hammer?
You'll see it right now! What do you mean in the flashback? You don't want to see it against Shanks? You don't want to see it against Shanks?
We know he's not gonna do it. I don't know why we pretend like he's gonna do it.
We said he's not gonna do it with Kid.
Who said that?
Eric, A lot of people said.
I didn't say that.
I know you didn't say that, but a lot of people said, Oda's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it.
This could get in.
This is Shanks'
Listen,
time.
there's a lot of content here that's like could carry.
Eric, Oda gave us Law versus Blackbeard Crew.
Yeah, like,
Don't forget about it. Oda gave us Garb versus Aokiji.
I feel like we're gonna get next week. We'll probably get like 2 pages of montage of Loki fucking with Harold. Not Harold, Hydruden. Then we'll get like fucking Harold talking to someone about some shit. Then there'll be a page of rocks. And then there'll be like Loki gets blamed for some more shit and fucking his mother
Does
dies.
Shanks meet Loki on Elbaf when Roger goes to Elbaf? Because we all know Roger went to Elbaf, right? It's not cap, alright?
I mean, maybe.
Eyed him up. I'm gonna beat your ass in the future.
I love a new named attack from Shanks, Christian. That's what I want to see.
Okay. Alright. Eric, we need to know why Harold started to deal with the world government. We end the chapter with Harold confused about the world government. Why they keep on blocking my
He
deals?
doesn't understand what freedom is, Christian. He's like, why can't the government just let people be free? I don't understand.
We just want to do some free trade. We just want to connect some islands together.
I mean, what's
A little bit of an alliance.
like free global trade, Christian? A little bit of free trade.
I don't like it. Right? We need Aimu lore and characterization because they are the main villain of this arc and they're involved. Alright? We have to get something. Eric, this isn't a situation where we're having a look at rocks at God Valley, but no one's there.
Do we get the rocks reveal? His face.
It'd be crazy right now. If he does, if this is the point we get the reveal of the face, it's gonna be relevant in way more ways than you think it is.
Do we get Imu's face reveal? Shout out those
End of
plushies.
the arc. End of the arc.
Shout out those plushies.
They're selling silhouettes now. Oda needs to be stopped.
They're selling silhouettes.
It's pretty funny.
What are you gonna do about it? You know.
I think we get the Loki reveal at the end of the arc. Come on. What's he saving it for at this point? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alright. Big Mom and Lamb's house. Big Mom, a big part of Loki's past, Eric. You can't deny that.
I mean, it's a big part of Albaf. It's got nothing to do with Loki.
I mean, he tries to marry her daughter at some point.
Yeah, we'll get that.
Alright, so Big Mom has to be involved. The Lamb's house. You would think that has to do with the world government deal? In some way?
How salty would you be if Loki stops talking right after he kills his father?
I mean, we have to get it. We have to get those Shanks. We have to get the Big Mom shit.
But how salty would you be?
I'd be like, why is Oda saving it?
Right.
We need to see the whole story, Eric.
Yeah, I agree.
Alright. So if this finishes... I said 10 chapters because I assume we're getting the whole story. Alright? We're not getting
I
just...
believe you said 10 plus.
10 plus! That includes 10.
Kuma was 8. And that dragged.
I will say this counts as the first Flashback chapter. I'm not going to forgaze you and say... last week was the first one. Alright? This is the first one.
Sure, one,
Alright?
yep.
Alright, we're one in.
We jumped 80 years.
We didn't jump 80 years. We jumped 40 years. Alright?
Did we get up to 60 something?
Yeah, we
guess
started at
that's
107 or some shit.
Yeah.
Alright? So, we need that. We need Shanks beating Loki's ass on the sea.
We'd love to see
We'd love to see it. We need to see that. I want to see Sengoku's reaction. Oh, Shanks, sweaty. I want to see that. Right? Let's see. Because there's a whole thing of that era we don't know. And we want to know. Will we get Kaido's reaction in Wano? Shanks. Will we get Whitebeard's reaction? New kid on the block, Eric.
Big Mom.
I want to see all the reactions.
Right.
Alright? Is Blackbeard in the corner scheming? Oh yes, I scarred this man, Eric. What does Jinbei have to say?
Jinbei.
He's there.
Okay.
He's very influential, Eric.
What does Ace have to say?
Is Ace even on his journey yet? I don't think so.
6 years ago.
He left 2 years before Luffy, so no, he's like he's like that weird teenage era we don't know about.
Oda will fit him in.
That weird Luffy age teenage years.
They don't get newspapers on Fuchsia Island?
Oh, who knows, alright? That weird era we don't know about.
You watch Luffy go to his bedroom, he's got like all the Shanks fucking shit up there.
100%, Eric. Man, Whoop Slap being mad the whole time, alright? Eric, hidden Albath lore, we're already starting to get it. With the
eyes,
with the flames, with the serpent of blood. Alright? So, Oda drops the moral this arc. We thought that's endgame shit. We're not gonna get anything.
Amazing how Oda thought he was being cryptic, and then we thought, the flame serpent, the red line, yeah.
And now he basically says it this week.
Right.
Alright? Eric, will we ever get anything on the Heaven Realm? Or is it just a meme? Is it just gonna be a meme for all time? Because it says King Herald, King of the Sun World.
It's a bit late, isn't it?
I understand that. But why don't you just say King of Albath?
The Heaven Realm exists.
Eric, they say King of the Heaven Realm. They say King of the Sun Realm.
I know. But I don't know.
Why is Oda making the distinction? Is Luffy and Army going to end up there and see some shit?
Nothing's probably up there at this point. You can't.
It's going to be ancient shit up there.
What's going on with the ancient robot that fucking Frankie's talking about? In the lab.
The lab that looks like a robot. Yeah. They'll fight up. Watch them fight up there, and there's some ruins and shit, and Oda's not going to say anything.
And then Robin's like looking at it. And then she says like fucking a name no one's heard
Triple
of.
Dot. Yeah.
She says fucking
Earth God was real, Triple Dot.
Earth God Jika, Triple Dot,
yeah.
and that's it.
Shit. Earth God Jika, Eric.
Will we ever read those poneglyphs? No one knows.
Will we question for you. Will Oda chuck in a surprise element to the story that we're not expecting? Just like we didn't expect to see fucking Roger got a raft on the Oda flashback.
I think he'll
random.
I think he'll put some connections together.
Eric, when the Oda, we were talking about the Oda flashback.
Cause you like side details, like Odin meeting Frankie.
Sure.
You might get like Kureha.
Some cameo shit.
Yeah.
But Eric, before the Oda flashback, we're like, just give us the Oda flashback, and then Oda drops Roger Gon and Raftel in it. Unfortunately, you could not predict that.
We might get some Holy Knight Herald, Holy Shanks, Marijoa.
We need that
Herald
shit. We need Shanks and Marijoa. We need that whole visit, that whole scenario, because I believe, because the VV Reverie is Herald alive.
It's 20 years ago. Yes.
The Reverie is every 4 years. I swear it's every 4. It's not 20 years. The Reverie is every 4 years,
Why do I keep on thinking it's every 20 years? It's probably every 4 years.
It's every 4 years, because, Vivi was at the last one. Before this one.
Well.
And fucking Wample slapped her or some shit. So
there's 16, there's 20.
Is it going to be the case where Herald sets up the first Reverie? And unites the islands?
I don't fucking know.
We get some shit like that. And then we get Ivan in the corner being like, yes, let these fools think they have power. What if that was the whole reason why they allowed the Reverie to begin with? Because alright, Albath, we don't want you causing any trouble. We'll give you some illusion of power.
Fugazi.
We'll give you some illusion of you have control here. Maybe that might settle you down.
Yeah, that'd be a cool detail that Herald created the Reverie.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then got him. We know the rest. There you go, Eric. Time for questions.
We're gonna answer a bunch of eye questions. Here we are. Question time. Once again, for the people.
Eric, please read that name for me.
Okay.
No. The actual username.
Quaka
See, it's fine. What am I supposed to do?
Bakafuria.
What am I supposed to do with that?
One.
KWA. What?
Kwa.
First of all,
Ka.
it's not car because there's a U in there. All right. What the Eric? People want to roast me for names.
Fari.
Took you a while. Took you a minute, Eric. It took you a minute.
He says call him K.
Call me K. Okay. We don't really get bad mothers in One Piece, but wow, look, his mother took the spot for the worst mother and probably the worst parent overall in One Piece. Probably. The stories a kid out the window, basically.
Big Mom.
Big Mom's not throwing her kids out the window.
She's beating him every day though, because she looks like Lola.
I would say throwing your baby out the womb day one is probably the worst.
I mean, it's that whole thing about, like, you know, do you want to suffer for fucking 20 years or do you want to die instantly?
I mean, from the mother's perspective, from the child's perspective, maybe something different. From the mother's perspective, what's worse? Probably your mum throwing you off a cliff day one.
Right. Off a tree, Christian. A very high tree.
A Kaido level feat, they say.
Sure.
Also, very strange that even though Harold is king and can change some laws in the country, the Silhouette Giants can say no to bringing an outside giant into a palace. Do you all think these giants are from the Heaven Realm? Everyone wants to bring up the Heaven Realm.
Yeah, maybe, but it's always like, you know, those fucking medieval things where there's always
the elders.
Kabbalah elders.
I must consult the ancient laws. The mystic men.
And they just kind of yell at the king, and you're always like, why can't the king just fuck them up? Because I guess the fucking country respects the elders more than the king in some regard.
Yeah.
And they're always
advisors.
Like the advisors are always like heroes of the past, or like uncles of the past king or whatever. So they have some kind of authority in the land. And he was a young boy when he became king, Christian. So imagine they guided him all the way through his kingdom.
Yeah. And then he brings up that why wouldn't Army just go right to the Sun Realm and corrupt the elders? Maybe he did. Maybe that's why the Silhouettes.
Maybe it's a fucking Emperor Palpatine situation.
It's a long play. Long play.
What the fuck is the guy's name in Lord of the Rings? Wormtongue?
Saruman?
Wormtongue?
Yeah.
But who's he corrupt?
The king. King Rohan.
Rohan. Maybe it's what Rohan situation where he's all like,
You have no power here. Alright. Midnight Detective. Apparently there are volume corrections for Shamrock being a saint and Goku being a part of the Man-Maya family. Yeah, and according to Sandman, no female celestial dragon is called Saint. They're called something else. It's some Lost in Translation shit.
Right.
Alright. For Brayron Rose Cosco. Something like that. Alright?
Just what about Brian Christian?
No, there's too many O's in this fucking name, alright?
Brian.
Brian?
Brian.
Brian Ozco.
Sure.
Alright. Do you think Shanks 1v1 Loki, or was it a Luffy? No.
1v1.
Domination. From Damien. I bet Loki is part of some kind of eugenics program to create the strongest giant possible. I don't think it's some crazy cabal.
In a roundabout way, I guess. They want to keep the bloodline pure.
Yeah, but I don't think it's like a fucking Saturn conspiracy where he's mixing the vials, injecting the blood. Don't think so.
It's weird, right? Because like it's kind of set up like, kind of like a Macbeth situation where this wife is a witch or some shit.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of like a cursed child from a witch or whatever.
Yeah. Pure blood.
Is that Macbeth? Where he goes to see a witch, but the witch is like beautiful.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Macbeth.
I don't know. Maybe something there with the fucking what's her name.
Don't try and as Twitter would say, you're reaching hard. Alright. Alright, from M. Beezy.
And I'm sure there's fucking Norse shit where like...
Yeah, superstition shit, you know. We understand it. We know what it is. From Mate Beezy, Eric. You want to scroll down for me? I saw people speculating that the hammer Ragnir is made of the same material as a poneglyph. Eric, why you keep doing this poneglyph shit? Oh, it's made from a poneglyph. It's a poneglyph.
It summons lightning.
Possible the Ragnir itself is a poneglyph. What do you think?
I think it's a giant lightning rod. That's what I think it is.
It's got to have some sort of
Well, it's got like
power
it's,
to
got,
it.
it's an actual poneglyph. He's strapped to a rock, and it's got rocks.
Well, he obviously he didn't make it. Alright?
I mean, it'd be cool if it was a road poneglyph, and it's just a fucking hammer that a giant swings around.
I mean, it's the largest poneglyph by far.
A lot of detail on
It
it.
was made in 100 or 800 years ago.
A gift.
A gift, Eric. Who knows? I doubt it. Probably, you'd assume it's some sort of aging technology. Because if it's passed
so
down...
annoying when you got no poneglyph information in Wano. So annoying.
We got Pluton pole information, but we didn't see it. It's there, Eric, but you can't see
Like,
it.
did Joy Boy go to Wano and tell them the story, and then they wrote it down, and then... Whatever.
Don't get mad, Eric, alright? Ryuma's gonna be there.
And then who
alright?
carried him? Who carried him and put him around?
Ryuma's gonna be with Joy Boy. You don't get mad. Alright?
Yeah, Ryuma.
Ryuma's gonna be there.
And then there's gonna be fucking Banji.
Yeah, Banji, you got the fucking Rod Germa fuck, right?
Yeah, the legendary German man.
The Garuda himself, Eric, the
Right.
real Garuda, right? There you go. From Bazar. With recent revelations about the Holy Knights mark, do you think we would also see characters marked by other gods? Perhaps Bird Scar is marked by the Sun God.
Well, it's kind of
of.
already like that with the Sun Pirates.
Yeah. It's kind of like that.
But yeah, I don't think we're gonna do like. It's pissing me off that we're doing this whole. The demon god and Luffy's Jesus Christ, so therefore we have to have, every aspect has to be dueled in the other way.
Yeah, too many parallels, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like-
too many mirrors and shit. Let's relax.
There's not going to be a holy mark of the sun god that lets you do some shit. It's just not
There
that...
might be, Eric, there might be. You don't want to see Zoro doing that goofy shit?
Imagine Zoro...
Needs that Luffy haki.
Has Zoro ever had an eye pop from Year 5? I don't think
No.
so.
It's just the, I don't think Sanji has either. It's just the lower shore hats.
Right.
From Pyro King. First, praise be to the God King,
Indeed.
of course. Second, when will people realize most haki feats will give the God King hype? Exactly. People want to take it another step forward and give it to me. It's not going to happen. Dude, it's clear the God Knights knew a ploy to attack Herald. The question is...
The God King version.
Oh. It's clear the God King knew a ploy to attack Herald. The question is... He tasked with his mission, or did he overhear another Shidori talking about it and realize that this was about to occur? Probably he knows about the plans. Fourth, could Scopper have gotten the burn mark from when the bridge caught fire and got cut?
Maybe.
Maybe one of them, yeah. From Couch. Random. Do you all think Nami will ride on Zeus one day like Big Mom did so we can have 3 people that can fly on the crew?
Good, yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
From the Firestone. Eyes are starting to become more important in One Piece. What other eyes carry importance? I think it's like Ancient Giant shit. I'm not gonna say it's like a Sharingan situation where it gives you powers and eye beams and fucking...
I think it's to, like, just order to like, demarcate
You just think it's like a character thing.
design.
It's just a character. It's got
Like-
no lore significance.
Yeah. We haven't had eye powers. It's just, at the moment, it's just kind of a marking of, like, this character's special in some way.
We don't know they give you any powers or whatever. Maybe Zoro has a secret demon eye, Eric.
That shit's back again, who knows?
Under that scar. That Mihawk had to seal up because he feared it. Or what if it was the baboon?
The baboon.
What if the baboon got him, Eric?
The one with Mihawk sword.
The fake Mihawk sword. Not the black blade. It's not a black blade. No. And that's only filler. But, right? You gotta relax. From Yogo Baba, does Loki kill Ida, jealousy, or Hydruden having a mother that actually shows him love? Do we know if she's dead? Never stated. Hydruden would have 100% bring that shit up.
You killed my mother.
Yeah, he would have brought it up already if Loki killed his mother. He never really talks about his mother being dead.
Where you at with Loki at the moment?
Why?
Misunderstood.
Misunderstood 100%. He's a piece of Eric, he's kid,
So
but he's misunderstood.
He's a fuckwit, but he's kind of cool, so it's alright.
He's a fuckwit, but he can back it up. Alright?
And he's raw, so everyone's like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah. I'll tell you, it's what if Kid was cool? And knew about hockey in any way?
And asks questions and, like, has some kind of intellect going on.
Sure. Alright?
That both got packed by a certain red-haired man.
They share a garage.
That's another thing.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, anything else?
Nope.
JoJo next week.
Paco punching heads in. CQC action, Eric. Could be a short one, CQC action.
But Christian and Ningbo.
Ningbo, a very sturdy
man,
individual, Eric. Right? Taking all sorts of damage.
It's kind of getting into the territory of, like, JoJo's characters are kind of superhuman.
Eric, that's fucking day one shit, alright? Let's not... Alright? Shanks is go king.
No.